live from the yard on January 1, 2024, New Year's Day. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I was on Facebook for just a few minutes and they said they were having audio issues. So let me know if you guys can hear me on here. I am on a wireless mic, so we'll see if it's picking up. But anyway, just gonna go out and wander around a little bit for the day. We usually try to do these yard walks every 2 or 3 months, but we haven't done one in quite a while, so we'll see how things go. David W is here with us, and we'll go out and wander around a bit, check some things out. Kevin L's here. So I guess Brian Dispatch. Brian Schultz is here with us. So apparently you guys can hear me on here. Yep, all right, perfect, Bill, thanks. So that must have been a Facebook issue. Numero Uno's here, Zach's on with us. So must have been something with Facebook, because I'm on the same mic that I was before. I couldn't understand why they said Facebook comments where they couldn't hear me, but they can now. So obviously, as we do on all these, let's go wander around a little bit. Pete's here with us. We'll check out some cool stuff. A lot of these are viewer guided. If there's something you want to see, let me know. We'll check it out. If there's something you want to look at, a fender, a door, whatever, be more than happy to show it to you. As far as getting into the details, pricing, shipping, Randall with the Nut Farm's here, Clark's here. Just give me a call after we get done. We usually get a pretty good crowd on here, so I don't want to stop and get into all the details of whether you need the bare door, the complete door, you're going to ship it, you're going to pick it up, all the details that it takes to get into one of those specific transactions. More than happy to show you something, and then just give me a call after we get done to get into the specifics. Nathan's Mopar Garage is here with us. So anyway, that being said, let's go wander around. Give me a shout after we get done. You got any specific questions, and let's go look at some cool old iron. Let me know what you guys want to see. So 79 pickup caps. Which ones, Brian? Impala Man's here with us from West Virginia again. Bill says hit the like button. I appreciate that. Zach's on. Johnny in his natural habitat. Yeah. So 79 Ford. Okay. Yeah, we can catch some of those for sure. We'll work our way towards the back on some of those and start wandering around. So let's take a look for a tour of cars. You have a story about or a selection of possible Nobody's Super Weekend build. The Nobody's Super Weekend, I guess that's what you guys are calling it now. Leo's here with us. Susan's on from Missouri. So let's go wander. Let's check some things out, and you guys tell me what you want to see. There's a Super Cab that just came in. We'll work our way back to some more of those other late 70s era Fords. We're kind of here over in some of the Mopar stuff, except for that Love. It just got stuck there. Was a whole 6-speed specials. Well, there's kind of one right here, Brian. Not much left of this one. 68 Impalas, I've got a couple of them, and I know I've got one more coming in. This one was a 6-speed special. Hey, the sun's trying to poke out. It's still pretty cold here. It was supposed to be mid-40s and sunny by now, but it is not. So hopefully, boy, I hope that keeps coming, because it's like 38 degrees here. So old Chryslers, well, we're in the Mopar section. We'll catch some of these Mopars, work our way. The 6-speed specials are kind of scattered, so we will we'll catch a few of those, as well as some Ford pickups as we're wandering around. And we're here with the Mopars, so we'll just work our way right around here a little bit. And we'll just wander around, and you guys let me know what you want to see. The white 75 Ford Wrecker, yes, it's still here. I probably should get that out and sell it, but I just haven't gotten to that. Dennis is here. In fact, we're not too terribly far from that. We can go catch that 75 Ford Wrecker real quick. Some GM A-body stuff, a few Novas mixed in there. Some trucks here on the edge that need to be put away. Stephen from Vermont's here with us. Some of the 78s had it as well, David. Here's the 75 Ford winch truck. This is kind of a cool truck. Somebody really should do something with this. So let's kind of head over this direction. I know there's another International over here. A few more Ford, some other old 70s Fords out towards the back going this way. I do not have any ramp trucks, no. So catching some more Mopars. We'll walk by another section of Mopars as we head over this way. If you guys see something you want to take a better look at, just let me know. Just be specific as far as what we're talking about if you want to stop and look something else over. I don't know how many miles that Ford truck has on it for sure. So I'm just kind of moving along here. If you guys see something, just throw it in the comments. Let me know. Stop me. Ford trucks. It's still pretty chilly, so I'm going to keep moving. I need to keep things moving and stay warm. There's another old International of that vintage. Seat of two-door Cooper sedan. Depends on what that's for, Steven. I don't know what you need one for. We'll walk down through some of these Fords. There's another old International back here. JP walking around the yard's the best. Red Man Restorations is here with us. 68 Impala fenders. I don't have anything that doesn't need fixed in the rear areas. A good regular cab. Yeah, yeah, it's cool the way they did some of that stuff. Early Power Wagons, I've only got one chassis. You want to talk about cool like that International block where they cast stuff in? Check this thing out. This thing's a beast. 37 GM two-door seats. I don't think I've got anything that's fixable. This thing was a white. They stamped white all over this truck. This was like a 23 white. This was an old fire truck is what it actually was. All the wood's rotten, just kind of the metal's just falling apart on it. Neil's here with us. What year is the 50s Ford to your right? 55, 56 looking. This one's a 55, I think. I think this is a 55 F250. Yep. I believe these did say white on the running boards. Let's run over there and catch those real quick. We'll get back to another International here soon, trust me. Doesn't actually say it on the running board. But it says it about everywhere else. It says it right here. So pretty unique old truck. I've actually got the whole grill shell for this thing. This had a huge cast aluminum grill, and it is killer. I've got it inside. Yard vehicles that run. I mean, there's some stuff out of that ran, but I've got just my work vehicles that I use. There's some newer stuff that shows up out here that still runs sometimes. There's another 6-speed special. That's right, pride in engineering and quality when you put your name on every part, and that's what they did on that old white. So we'll head back here, catch a few late 70s Fords, and just keeping an eye on comments of what you want to see. Alpine Gulch is here. What's the big yellow truck? I do have gloves on, yep. There's a yellow one right there. There's a yellow body up there that was a school bus body. Actually, it was a 40 Ford sedan delivery. They cut into a school bus. I don't know if that's the one we're talking about. But that was a 40 Ford panel truck they cut into a school bus. Still got a little bit of snow on the ground even. So, heading back to a few of those old Ford pickups. '72 Chargers, I think there's 172. We walked by it right at the beginning of the video. If we get back up that way, we'll have to try to remember to catch it again. This old Ford here's got a really clean cab on it. This is a pretty decent old cab here. Actually, this isn't a terrible old truck, honestly. So there's one. We got another one over this way. We'll swing by here in just a few minutes. Let's see, we'll cut back through here. That Ford was a V8. '72 Chevy pickups. I don't think I've got anything that was specifically a 72. I do have one 72 door. I don't remember which one. But I don't have a lot of 67 to 72s, but I don't think any of them were specifically a 72. There's a 70 right here that's a pretty good truck. Here's another 78. Here's another fan favorite, the Snow Fighter. GOB's here. The Snow Fighter Dodge. A lot of you guys have seen this one. This thing is so cool. Snow Fighter. Yep, Terry, it is a brand new year. We're starting off right with a yard walk. So, there's the old Cutlass I got from Brett. Some Chevys. And we'll kind of work our way over where we just cleaned a bunch of stuff up too. We'll head over to where we cut all the trees out. We're over in that area. 79 Monte Carlo Landau. That's right, Neil, you are correct. There did used to be a Suburban sitting where that 60 wagon's at. Some knucklehead named Chad's got it now. Yep, our good buddy Chad Reynolds at bankshift.com. Check out the Suburban that he got. Now, as you can see, like right in this section here, there's a lot of mid-60s era GM stuff. Reason being, this whole area over here is going to be 59 to 70 GM, full size. I'm trying to get blocks built of like type vehicles. There's obviously interchangeability between certain GM models. So we'll kind of work our way up here. And up here, the Pontiacs are done. I do have the Pontiacs in here and sorted. And we'll kind of work our way back so you guys can kind of see what's going on. 66 Pontiacs, 70 Pontiacs, and they go in order. Heading up towards the front, 64s, 65s. 59s. Any dash metal cut out of 67 Le Mans or Tempest? No, I don't have anything there. The only ones that I have that have good dashes left in them are 2-doors. Up here to the 62s. We'll just kind of cut our way back through here. And you'll kind of see what I'm working on here as I build this area out. Yeah, Pete wants to move to Great Bend to come help move cars. 67 Grand Prix. This area here was actually kind of an expansion joint. I left it as a blank row, and it got filled up with other 60s era GM cars that are, coming to this area. And we'll get into Buicks right here, starting once again with 59. 73 Buick full-size power seat parts. I don't have anything there at all. I don't have any full-size 73 Buicks at all, actually. 59s, 60s. Lots of Chevrolets over here that just got stuck on the edge because this is the area of where they're going to end up at. But right here in the midst of all the Buicks, a lot of these got moved in from Dad's place. 62s, 63s. Now, where I was at with this project was I got right back to here and was starting to get some Buicks moved back into this big area right here. But as I was surveying the situation, so to speak, and I looked at where things were going, I realized these big trees were going to be a problem at some point. So these were cottonwoods that were about 50 feet tall. Basically, when these came down, if you guys didn't catch the video, the tops of these trees landed about where these Rivieras were at. Tim's here. So if one of those trees had come down, it would have taken out 5 to 6 cars. So I thought, well, before I finish building this area out, those really need to come down. So be sure to check out that video. of and see these monsters come down, because these were big trees, big trees. So fortunately this is done. So now I can finish lining up my Buicks back here, keep working some of this dirt down, start getting some of my Chevrolets lined up back here. I took a few more scoops of dirt out of there, started throwing some more of it back here, just trying to kind of move some of this stuff around and make a little headway. I soaked all of these with stump killer. So I'm hoping that I got them good with stump killer. Plus, when I spray weeds out here, I'm going to keep an eye on them when I'm out here spraying weeds. So anything that starts coming back up, I'm gonna soak it good as soon as I see anything coming up back here too. So I'm gonna keep a very close eye on these cottonwoods as far as them trying to come back up, because yeah, I don't want that to happen. So I'm definitely planning on keeping an eye on those cottonwoods. Charlie's here with us. So slow but sure, but at least moving forward, always making a little progress. Some old Chevy trucks that got stuck back here that need to be moved around to the GM truck section. '63 custom cab. '62 wagon. Had a '62 Pontiac wagon. There's a '64 Bel Air wagon right here. There's a '61 Buick wagon right over there. So I've got some '61 to '64 wagons. And we'll kind of work our way over here. Let's go wander through some G-body GM stuff. Some of the 78 to 87 era G-body General Motors. Cutlasses, Regals, Grand Prix, Monte Carlos. Dirty's here with us. And we'll work our way up through some more truck cabs, truck beds. Front clips. Lots of things off trucks I've stripped out. A lot of these beds came out of an old salvage yard. I'm not necessarily trying to sell them as whole cars on those Tempest Le Mans, but I don't want to cut up a two-door body. So that's the reason I don't want to hack them, because two-door shells are getting too hard to find. And most of my two-door bodies, they'll have some rust in them, but they're still fixable. So the Dodge Monaco's, I can't think of any. What year are we talking about, Bill, on that? Kind of work our way over here. This is kind of a mishmash area over here. I started dumping cars here a couple years ago and they haven't gotten put away yet. Is there a video on the two-tone blue pickup cab? On that Ford, yes, there is a video on that truck. It was a few years ago, but there is a video on it. 71 Mustang, 68 El Camino. That Mustang's kind of a cool car. It's in primer, but it's a really solid car. I've actually got the original title for that car from October of 1970. It was sold new here in Great Bend. Been here its whole life. It is all there. The trim that's been taken off of it is inside the car. That's a pretty good old car. The 68 El Camino is a pretty decent old car. There's videos on both of those as well. No, I do not have any 74 Monacos like that at all. No, do not. So, anyway, we're just kind of wondering. You guys let me know what you want to see. The Triumph is right here. Who caught the video on the Triumph? Who knows something about a Triumph? Because I don't. But somebody called me. They were coming through the area. They already had it on the trailer. They wanted to know if I'd buy it if they pulled up here with it to unload it. So I did. There's the old 41 Ford we cut out of some evergreens a few years ago. There's another 74 Ford. How about a pink Edsel? Don't have any 52s that are F1s. I've got 51s, 52s, but no F1s. Kenny's here with us. There's that Dodge convertible. Who caught the video on this thing? This is a funky car. I don't know much about it. These are not very common. Somebody made a comment, they only made like 800 of these. Pick apart to auction off. 74 F350s. The only one I've got is that close to that's that 75 Super Cab that just came in. That was literally right at the very beginning of the video. That's the only, I've got a 75 F350 and I've got a 79 F350 in that 73 to 79 era of Ford pickup. How about a Montego wagon? I've got tons of 49 to 54 Chevy and Pontiac cars, Zach. A lot of them. There's a 53 Pontiac right there. But I've got a slug of 49 to 54 Chevys and Pontiacs. Probably 30 or 40 of them all together. So most of the stuff in this area is just sitting here. It just got dumped. A lot of these cars got moved in from Dad's. There was another salvage yard that was selling out about the time we were moving in from Dad's. A lot of those cars got dropped into this area. Mike from New Waverly, Texas is here. Some of these 70s era full-size cars were over where I'm putting the 59 to 70 GM cars, so they got moved over here. That's kind of a holding pattern. Yep, there's a few boat tails over there. Scout. And back up around to the pink Edsel again. All right, what direction should we go now? Let's, we'll head up over this way. And then we probably should spend a little time over in the new yard as well. So we'll kind of head up here a little bit and then kind of work our way over on around to the new yard some. I am in Great Bend, Kansas. That's where we're at. Brian's already ready to head to the new yard. Let's see. Why don't we just work our way on over towards the new yard right now? We'll cut down these Fords and kind of head over towards the new yard. Now, if you guys remember, some of you, I think we caught some. Yeah, we did catch some of this on the last live. I've started finally moving some stuff and sorting some stuff. This row of Fords here actually came out and went over to the other side. Newport wagons. I don't think I've got any Newport wagons. So we'll head over to the other side over here, just on the north side, what I call the new yard. This stuff over here has been sitting here for decades. I just got it bought about 3 or 4 years ago. No 67 to 69 Barracudas at all, Stan. Yep, I do have some Super Duties that are solid old trucks. Here's a 75 F350 while we're here. The old Econoline. This is the 75 F350 that just came in. We will be getting a full video up on this here soon. So, kind of a unique old truck. I didn't realize how few F350 Super Cabs they made, but not a very common truck. So we're going to be doing a full video on that here in the very near future. Lots of sheet metal, truck cabs, more front clips, more beds. First gen Mustangs. So we're talking what, 64 to 66. I've got a few of them. I've got one 66 that is still a lot of it there, but not complete. The rest of them are getting pretty stripped. There's a couple of them up here around the corner that are pretty rough, but they're kind of scattered. Most of those have not made it into any sort of an area yet. Bumpers. Bumpers, doors. Truck cabs, truck beds. There's a couple of early Mustangs here, but they're all hacked up. There's not hardly anything left of these cars. And we're heading over towards what I call the new yard. Some of this stuff, like all these right here, is stuff that I've been dumping on the edges to be sorted. But most of this stuff I haven't touched yet. I've started moving some of it, like I said, but like the 75 Cadillac, the Studebaker pickup, this big old Chrysler, this is how stuff was in here. Just no No rhyme or reason to what got dumped where. So going to be a big challenge, but trying to integrate all this stuff. It's going to take some time, but it'll be nice as I get done. We'll head up here towards the front. You guys can kind of see what I was working on. I had some of this stuff started when we did the last live. But we'll just kind of wander through here, check some stuff out. All kinds of trucks dumped here in the middle, big old Cadillac. Everybody caught the Maverick right away. Kind of a rough old car. But if you like Mavericks, there's one right around the corner here. We'll check it out too. So obviously I got to get all this stuff dug out and sorted out. 53 Dodge running boards. I don't know which ones you need, Randall. I don't remember. Here's another Maverick. I think this is a 73. Some old Cadillacs. Actually, this is one area that was kind of halfway sorted in this place, Cadillacs. A couple of 62s right here. '63 Fleetwood. 66 Limo. 61 Coupe DeVille. So for as messy as this place was, a lot of the Cadillacs did end up in one area. 55. And even a few more over here. A couple of 66s over here. And we're just kind of wandering, working our way up towards the front of where I've actually started organizing a few things. The Henry J's. Yep, there are some Corvairs over here. There's a Corvair right there. There's a few more up here we're going to walk by. That's the neighbor's place. That's not my stuff. My buildings are all over there. A few more Corvairs. How about an old Hudson? Hudson Wasp. Fleet Line Chevy. '47 Cadillac. Yep, Hudson badge, that's right. Good point, Zach. We'll give you another one too. How about a Hudson badge? Kaiser. Another Chevy. 60 Mercury, that's kind of an odd duck you don't see very often. Someone's driving today. Yep, we don't want to drink while you're driving. How about a pair of Frasers? And a lot of this stuff here, I've started moving around a little bit. All these trucks just got moved back to this area as I was working and cleaning up front. And how about another Hudson badge, a Superjet? Big Job's here with us. Rambler American. Another Hudson badge. It's going to be a rough day on you guys at this point. There's the cement mixer that Derek from Vice Grip was checking out. Yeah, the organization I don't think it'll ever end, but I'm trying to make some headways. And this is where I've been working at and what I've been working on right here. I basically just had to pick a starting point. There was no other option. I just had to pick a starting point and do it. So what I did is I just came right up here into the front corner of over here on the north side, what I call the new yard. So to just stick, I just basically had to pick a starting point. So that's what I did. Right up here towards the front by the highway, right off the corner of the building, I started here with early Fords. Model A's, 39s, 40s, and then got into the 41 to 48 cars. And kind of the funny part about it is when you start doing this and start gathering stuff up, if you'd asked me how many 41 to 48 Fords I had, I'd have told you probably 6 or 8. And I've got like 12 or 14 once I got them all rounded up and back here. So, but at least when I need to check parts on them, they're all here. Even though there's not much left of any of these 41 to 48s, at least they're all in one area where I can get to them. 37 Ford, there again, I've got to leave room for expansion and shuffling to at least keep stuff in the similar area. So this 37, not up on the front row, but still right back here with this area of Ford so I can find it. Show the corner by the second driveway where you were hanging out. We can work our way over there. And then obviously as I got the 41 to 48 Fords set, leave a couple of open holes here for expansion. We get into the shoe boxes. So starting to move the shoebox Fords over into their respected area of where they're going to be. Now I've got to plan all this because I have to also think about where my roads are going to be. I have to make sure I have enough room to swing the loader. See, like this 51 Vicky, I put this 51 Vicky here to start the next row of shoe boxes. But then after I started looking at things, I actually believe, because I've got 5 rows of cars there, I want my next road right here. That means I'm going to move this Vicky and my next road will be right here. And I need about 22 feet to swing the loader. So I'll come right back over to this area. I'll move these cars out and then I'll start my shoebox, my next row of shoe boxes right back here, about 22 feet behind that row of shoe boxes. So I'm trying to think all this through, hopefully, so that I don't have to do it several times. Hopefully these Fords here will not move again, unless I need to get one out for somebody. And the way I've got them set up is 5 cars per row per block. So this means that if I've got 5 cars in a row here, if I need to get this center car out, I shouldn't have to move any more than 2 cars to get to the middle car. Then what I'll do, I'll come another 22 feet over this way. And right about in here, I will start my next group of cars right here, which I think I'm going to put international trucks over here next. Yes, it is a mind-boggling puzzle. I'm trying to think it through so I don't move this stuff 49 times. It still may be chaos instead of order. I don't know. We'll see. Edsel Chevy pickup, 51 Chevy. Uh-oh, Hudson badge. Yep, this is kind of cool too. This is a Hornet, a pink Hornet. Some more Kaisers. A Kaiser Deluxe. Great chaos to have. Well, I don't know about that, but here's up in the corner where Brian hung out as he was getting his load of 67 Buick parts stuffed in his car ready for the long trip back to Canada. Here's another early Mustang. This is one, once again, a lot of cars over on this edge was stuff that was over there where I started moving. This Mustang was over in that group. So I've been just tucking some of this stuff up over here. The 60 Ford, this Mustang, this old Chevy body was just stuff I had to get it moved and out of the way to start lining up those early Fords. So I got them over here out of the way so I can grab them again as I get their respective sections built out. No, those trees are all the neighbors. So unfortunately, I don't have a say in taking all those out. Although the stuff we did take out, part of that was his, but this is a whole small forest over here, so it's a little bit different animal. 50s front clip for shop door overhang. I've got a lot of them, just depends on, you know, what you wanted to spend to do one. I've got right at about 20 acres. Yeah, and I do have my sheet metal here. I'll get some skin rust, but I don't get a lot of structure rust. And just for an example of how unorganized some of the stuff was in here, the back of this Chevy pickup is basically a 47 Chevy two-door sedan. Doors, garnish, hood, fenders, bumpers. All this stuff was literally piled over in the weeds. I mean, it took like an hour just to move this because all this stuff was piled over there while I was trying to clean stuff up to get those Fords lined up. All this stuff was just piled up there. The bumper brackets, the spindles, all this sheet metal. Had to pick all this stuff up, move it, get it out of the weeds. One, so it didn't rust into the ground, and two, so I knew where it was at and kept it all in one spot together. These Falcons, same thing, just got tucked over here out of the way. They were over there, got moved out of some of this area to make room to start working on that group of Fords. So this section of cars here will be the next stuff to get moved. Leo's drooling everywhere. Couple of other Fords that will get moved over into the new section here shortly. Obviously, there's another shoebox. It's about ready to go after I finish the shoebox. Obviously, these 52 to 54s are next. So, a slow but sure project. Once again, a few more that just got tucked over here. The Falcon, the 40 Buick. Just as I'm moving this stuff around, I'm sticking it wherever there's a hole and hopefully keeping it accessible so that as the respective groups for that particular car gets built out, I can get a hold of them and get them moved to their new slot. That's right, progress is progress. That's what I'm trying to do, Zach. That's what I'm trying to stick with. Byron's 3 hours away. Yeah, just have to schedule something with me or email Pete about if we decide to do a Nobody's Viewer Day sometime this summer. A few more cars here that, there again, we're up there in that area I was cleaning out and getting moved around. The Edsel, the Chevy, as well as this 41 Buick, all just there again, tucked here out of the way so I could get them moved in. Uh-oh, another Hudson badge. This, once again, another one of these little super jets. These are kind of funky little Hudsons. I don't know much about them, but they are a unique little car. This was a 62 Chevy wagon, which is kind of a shame. Somebody literally cut the whole roof off of it. You know, back probably when, you know, when they were cutting these wagon roofs off to put metal roofs and street rods. I bet that's why this one got hacked. Yep, Edsel grills make great wall hangers. I've actually got one in my shop. It's not hung up right now, but I do have one. So we'll work our way back around here and then head back over to the other side. Some more old trucks. A few more Edsels. Some of these Fords here, there again, some of these came from the other side, just kind of sticking them over here, getting ready to regroup and get them in their respective locations. IB Thunder, we're in central Kansas. Great Bend, Kansas is where I'm located at. So, obviously with a couple thousand cars on the ground, 20 acres of ground, it's going to be a major several year long project, but at least I got a start on it last year, the end of 23, I finally got a start on it. How about a Simca? I don't know nothing about those little cars, but That's that's where it was sitting when I bought this place. I don't know nothing about it. You bet IB Thunder. 58 retract. Studebaker, some Internationals. It's a dream job. Well, it's still work though. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy hanging out with you guys, but it is work. So we'll head up towards the front. We haven't made our way up there yet. And then we'll see what you guys want to do. Like I always tell you, this is self-guided. If there's something you want to see, be sure to let me know. And we will try to work our way that direction as we're out wandering around. Eric's here with us. All right, let's, where do we want to cut up at? We'll just head up here through some of these Fords. Ranchero, Metropolitan. I do occasionally find something I forgot I had. For the most part, if you ask me about a specific vehicle, I can probably tell you whether I do or don't have one once I kind of sit there and think about it for a second, run it through my brain of what we're talking about. So let's head up this direction. Maybe up towards some of the A-body GM. That's around the corner here. The Porsche is out towards the back. I did see your email address, Pete, for the guys that are interested in doing a Nobody's Weekend at the yard. So there's the Buick that looks familiar to Brian. He came and stripped that one out for parts for his car that he's working on. Some Cutlasses, any D100s, depends on what you're looking for, Stan. 75 442. This is a really cool car. We do have a video on this. That thing is a super unique car. Doesn't look like much sitting there. But that is actually a 1977 Olds 88 Coupe pace car replica. This was actually a two-tone black and silver pace car replica 88 Coupe. So that's kind of cool. 71 Bonneville. This stuff over here is just kind of a mismatched stuff that needs to be put away as well. Yeah, no problem, Bill. Just holler at me if we get back out that way. I got titles on a lot of stuff. Just depends on what you're looking for, Eric. A lot of A-bodies here. 71 GS. Tempests, Monzas, Skylarks, Chevelles. Well, good, that's making progress. That I'm not sure. This one actually does have an aluminum hood on that 7788. I do know that. Bumper that blew down, need to get it picked up. And some 40s and 50s era GM stuff. I've actually got a new takeoff tailgate that will fit a 72 F100. Well, I shouldn't say new. It was on the truck for a couple years. It's off the 67 that was taken off in the early 70s. I've got it in the building, but it's a beautiful tailgate. Yeah, it could be. I know this one was aluminum, but it was not fiberglass. So, do not have any 67 Coronets. I've got a 66 Coronet that we're not too far from. We can kind of wander by that one too if you want to see the 66 Coronet, even though there's not much left of it. You can keep that. I don't want any more snow here, Randall. Do not have any 40 Pontiacs. I've got some 41s, but no 40s. There's the skate wagon. Threw that up on Facebook the other day. Pacer. Do not have any 64 Tempest. Just I've got some 5s, but no 4s. No problem, Tim. Glad you were able to hang out for a while. I don't know. There's the 66. There's not much there. There's the 58 Special. Anybody remember the story on that car? That's kind of a unique special car to me. Don't mean anything to anybody else, but I'm just curious if anybody remembers the story on that 58 Special that we're sitting there looking at. Pretty unique Chevy right behind it, a 42 Blackout. The war era where all the trim was painted. That's right, Pete, the 58 Special was the first parts car that I bought. You are correct. Brian Dispatch remembers it, yep. Not the first car, but the first parts car I bought. Yep, I did have a shot of that Special on Facebook, that's right. There's the Nova that just came in. Haven't shared that with you yet. We'll get a video up on that 75 Nova. That just hit the ground. 62 Impala. 66 Caprice. 66 Super Sport. White body without the front clip. That was a 66 Coronet. Tornado. That 66, it is not that rusty. Actually, to be honest with you, that car is not extremely rusty. We'll look at it real quick like before we get too far away from it. You know, like a lot of my stuff around here, it's got a little bit of rust coming through, but it's not too terrible by any means. Got a little bit in the tire well. But it is not terribly rusty. Cadillacs. We'll kind of just cut through some of this 50s era GM stuff. 59 Chevy, obviously this needs to get moved over with the 59 to 70 era GM stuff. 56 Pontiac four-door hardtop. I've pulled in a lot of cars, Dan, that's true. Hey, we haven't done a yard walk since September. I didn't realize it had quite been that long, so. There's the 41 Chevy pickup we pulled out of a lean-to. Haven't done a video on that truck yet. We need to share that one with you and give you a good walk around on it. Uh, 65, I do not have any Grand Prix. I've got a Bonneville and a Catalina. 59, same thing. I've got a Catalina and a Star Chief, but no Bonneville. More 50s era GM stuff for the most part. A few things need to be put away. Both these 65 Impalas that just came in. We just got videos up on both of those over the last couple weeks, so now those can get moved, put back away. 58 Olds. Rambler wagon kind of out of place here, but at the time there was a place to stick it, so that's where it ended up at. That 53, 54 Chevy hardtop, it's pretty rough. I've got 3 of them. We can swing back by it here in a minute, but none of them are anywhere near complete. Back over here, there's a 50 Chevy sedan delivery. I've had several calls on the 58 Impala. Nobody's written me a check for it yet, but here's this 53 Bel Air 2-door hardtop. No problem, Duckster Wolverine. Glad you're here hanging out with us. So that car is fairly rough. It's got some pieces on it yet, but it's fairly rough. GM trucks. This section will also be moved. 12 years ago or so when I started moving into this facility, this is where they ended up getting put, but obviously I've gotten a lot more since then. So this area is going to have to be regrouped some. And actually, I tell you what, guys, I'm going to sit this down for just about a minute. I got to get a drink. A third gen F-body, a possible build? Maybe. I'm going to sit the camera down here for just a second so that I can get a drink and take a break for, I got a water bottle in my pocket. But I'll be back in just a second. I tried to do it a little bit ago while we were walking, and I ended up dropping the cap and made a big mess. So bear with me just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, got a few swallows of water, feel a little bit better. Let me see if I missed any important comments. Looks like we're in pretty good shape, so let's keep going. Like I said, if you want to see something, let me know. We'll head that direction. The only thing I can remember right off the top of my head that we need to do is if we get back by the Porsche. Big winch on the back of that thing. A lot of the Buicks here that we moved in from Dad's. Once again, lots of 50s stuff in here, a few 40s. '57 Roadmaster, I still love those cars. '57 Oldsmobiles. '54 Pontiac wagon. How about some binders? What Buick had 5 portholes? Never seen one. '57 Pontiac, I've got a couple of them. They were over in the other section we just went through a little bit ago. Yeah, we can swing over and catch those. We're not terribly far away from them. We'll like buy these Internationals and then we'll swing back around, catch those '57. Pretty much, this was a late model production yard. There wasn't hardly anything in there that was over 20 years old, and they smashed it out when I bought it. So I bought basically the bare dirt. Late 60s, early 70s GM Rose. That was the section we were in earlier. They're over towards the Porsche, so we can catch some more of that. We did it earlier. 59 to 70 full-size GM. And so we'll get back to that corner here after we go catch the '57 Pontiacs. Unibody F100s, there's one right around the corner here actually. I've got 2 of them. One of them is over on the other side in the new yard, and I've got another one literally right here around the corner from where we're at. Here's one of them. Got the big Ford cab stacked in the back of it. So here's one. All right, we want to go see '57 Pontiacs, somebody said. Studebaker Hawk, you don't see a lot of those anymore. Never a real common car. Dutcher's getting excited for the Pontiacs. So we'll work our way back up there. It was up by that '53 Chevy 2-door up in that section, so. '64 Comet trunk lid. Those are both on the other side. We can catch those. We'll go walk past a couple of them here in a little bit. Yes, that Hawk does have the old Studebaker V8 in it, Alex. Super duper grill. Number one, I can't even get through all that. Holy cow. '62 Valiants. I do not have any '62 Valiants. That I couldn't tell you, Dougster. How many kids were conceived in some of these cars. All right, back up to this section. The 57 Pontiacs are in here. Neither one of them are very great cars, but this is where they're at. There's one of them. This, I believe, was a Chieftain. I think this was a Chieftain four-door. And here's the other one. '64, '65 F100s. I do have. I've got the '65 right up here at the gate, or up here towards the front, that we haven't done anything with because I'm waiting to see if Vice Grip Garage wants to build that truck, so it's kind of on hold. But we can show it to you real quick, just over the fence here up towards the front by the buildings. So there's one, little short bed step side, pretty good little pickup. Yep. I told him I'd hold the truck till he decided what he wanted to do, so. All right, let's kind of, Harley Ironhead's digging it. Let's keep on moving. 67 Belvederes or Satellites, I do not. That's the only thing I've got close, that 66 Coronet. I do not have any 66 or 67 Plymouth B bodies. So let's see. Number one, want to go back to some of the late '60s full-size GM. Let's see. Let's kind of work our way back that way. That Porsche's back there. Those '64 Comets are back there. Trying to keep all this stuff straight in my brain about what you guys want to see. Lots of Skylarks here that came in from Dad's place. Mid-size GMs. Okay, so these A bodies then. Is that what we're talking about, number one? Cougars. Okay, so you wanted more A bodies. Okay, that's where we're at. That worked out. I've got one 67 or 68. It's pretty rough. I don't know what type of Cougar that you're wanting, but that's the only early Cougar that I've got. Buick Sport Wagons. And the Colonnade Coupes. Colonnade Coupes are kind of scattered, but we can catch some of those for sure too. Yeah, I've only got the one 67 or 68, and it's pretty rough. So, yep, here's some more of the A-body stuff. '59 or '60 Lincolns, I've got two '58s, but no '59 or '60s. 76 Sprint, GMC Sprint, so the GMC version of the El Camino. 76 Cutlass. This is a pretty decent car here. It's got a little rust in it, but it's pretty much all intact. So here's some more of the A-bodies, I guess, over from this side. Okay. We're just kind of wondering, probably ought to try to head over 60, look at the 64 Comets, and we can swing by that Porsche. So we'll head that direction. You guys let me know if there's anything else you want to see. '59 to '60 International trucks. Oh yeah, I remember that four-wheel drive one you got, Carl. I got one other one. I think this was actually here. I think you looked at it. The blue Firebird, my good one, my good one's not going anywhere, so. I haven't gotten any 59 or 60 Internationals in since you were here, Carl. I think this one was here when you came and picked yours up. And I've got two more that were big farm trucks where I've just got the front halves of them. Okay. Okay, I've got a few comments that Facebook is like trying to block, or excuse me, YouTube. But I can't read. Dougster, whatever your message was, it is not coming through. It won't let me open it. So I don't know what that last one was. Yeah, a lot of those old A-bodies got turned into dirt track cars, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to make this corner up here, head back past some of these cabs. Oh, okay. that's probably why they wouldn't let the comment come through. A more common slang term for an international. Yep, that's probably why they blocked it. That would make sense. Oh, sweet. Neil, when are we coming over to eat? I'm actually pretty hungry. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Early 30s Ford trucks. I've got one up front that is a 34, I think. But that's the only thing I've got in 32 to 34. Depending on what years we're talking about. 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't think I can make that one. Sounds good though. I think there's a Comet right over here. Square body Chevy pickup beds. There's a nice early with a round gas tank hole short bed. Do not have any 37s, John. I don't have any 37 Ford pickups at all. Don't have any 37 Ford. I've got one 37 cab, and it's kind of rough. That 64's got a deck lid on it. Doesn't look too terribly bad from out here. I don't know if that's the same as a two-door or not, but we'll run over by the two-door and see if it's even got one on it, which it does. Take a look at it. I do still have the Jack of all trades 54 Ford. It is up front, but it is still here. Yeah, Charles, we do get some cool lighting in here from time to time. Obviously today it's kind of weird with the partially cloudy sunblock, but this Comet's got a trunk lid on it as well. So yep, hopefully one of those two would be good and would be able to work out. Not terribly far from the Porsche. We'll swing by that since we've had some questions about it, not only today but in the past. And then you guys tell me what you want to see, or you tell me if we're about ready to be done for the day. Been on here for, well, coming up, well, almost an hour and a half. So, yep, you guys let me know if we're done, or let me know if you want to see more stuff. Stop by the Pawnee Poultry and Egg Company. We need a calendar. 72 Charger, okay, we can catch that. Yes, I would have a lot of steps on that. Email list for the meetup day. When they're posting up that Bad Boy Chevrolet at Gmail, bad with 2 D's, I believe. The buildings are too much of a mess. I got to make some room in them because either the ones I'm working in aren't that interesting, and the other ones are too deep. Yeah, I don't think it's broke 40 yet. We're in central Kansas, Great Bend, Kansas. Yeah, I don't think it's broke 40 degrees. It's supposed to have been mid 40s and nice and sunny, but it's partially sunny and it might be to 40 degrees, but it's pretty cool. So here's some VWs in that Porsche. It's like a late 70s 924, I think. I'm not sure. The guy told me it was a Ford pickup bed, but I'm not sure. But we'll head back that way as we head up towards those Chargers again. Bugs. We'll cut back by these pickup beds. Rabbits. Yeah, we can actually. Let's catch this Charger, then we'll swing by the Rabbits. But I was told that was a Ford bed, but I don't know. I've never studied or checked it or done any looking any further than that to see for sure what it was. All right, back up towards these Mopars. We'll walk past those Chargers. I think there's a couple of 73, 74s, but I think one of them was a 72. We'll find out. I don't remember for sure. But there again, they're all pretty rough too. And we'll come right up here to this row of Chargers. Like I said, most of these are 73, 74s, but I was thinking one of them may have been a 72, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. What's the red truck? The Love, maybe? But here's this road truck. Maybe these are all 73, 74s. I thought one of these was a 72, but I don't remember. But there they are, for whatever that's worth. And they're all pretty rough. Sounds good, Randall. Glad you were here with us on the Nut Farm. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking one was at 72, but I think you're right. I think they are all 73, 74s. And some of these are SEs. In fact, 2 or 3 of these were SEs. That little Love's kind of red. I don't know if that's the one we were catching or not, but it's the only red one that's right here in this vicinity. Okay, rabbits. Let's work our way towards some rabbits. Yep, that is a long bed Love. Straight from Tractor Mike. Okay, perfect. Straight out of Tractor Mike's hordes where that one came from. All right, rabbits. Let's go find some rabbits and then we'll see where we need to go from there. Or if we're ready to wrap up. Haven't showed you this Chevy farm truck yet. We'll get a video done on this one here soon. That truck runs and drives, 235 6-cylinder. Real solid, real clean metal, original paint, original pinstripe. So we'll be getting a video up on this Chevy here soon as well. Yeah, we've actually seen several rabbits while we've been out here wandering. Okay, heading towards the rabbits. The Wascally Wabbits. Sounds good, Matt. Glad you were here for a while. We'll catch those rabbits, then we'll see what else anybody wants to do, or see if we're done. So, be thinking about that, guys. We've been on here for a little over an hour and a half. If we've got more you want to see, that's great. If not, we can always... We'll do it again here in another few months and see what's going on then. So, heading for the Wabbits, the Wascally Wabbits. So we've seen some real ones running around, and now we're heading to the Volkswagen Rabbits. Sounds good, Carl. I do think I've got most of the rabbits moved back to this one section. Get the wabbit, that's right. Okay, they're not all over here. There's a few that I haven't gotten over here. I've got 3 of them over here. There's a couple more over by the Porsche. I have not gotten to Pioneer Village yet. My plan was to do that a couple weeks ago, and the day I was going to go, we actually ended up having to put one of our house cats down, so that obviously didn't work out very well. So still got that on the agenda, hopefully here within the next couple of weeks, to get to Pioneer Village and do the Adopt a Car program with them. A lot of you guys have been extremely generous with your donations for that, so we definitely want to get it done. That's right, IB Thunder, I appreciate that. Like, sub, and share. I appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the stuff that's coming up, and let your friends know about us. I appreciate that. So here's a row of Rabbits, including a Vanagon. Yep, I got a lot of dirt. I got dirt piled everywhere out here. I got a ton of dirt that I need to move. But I had an opportunity to get it right, so I told them to bring it. Planet Wisconsin's here with us. So here's one row of the Wascally Wabbits. Including the 82 Vanagon back here with the Rabbits. Check that out. Old School made it. Glad Old School stopped by for a while. Nope, no Saabs. Just a few Volkswagens and that lone Porsche. A few other interesting things over here. This, once again, kind of a dumping ground area over the last year or so of mishmash of whatever. Cars, trucks, a little bit of everything over here too. We'll catch this section real quick. Major hangover and toothache. Sounds like you had a good time though. Sounds great, Kevin O. I think we're probably getting ready to wrap up anyway, but I appreciate you swinging by and hanging out. We'll work our way around this section, then kind of start working our way back to the front, unless anybody wants to see anything. We are out towards the back, so if anybody wants to see something, let me know. I'll know which direction to head as we start cutting our way back up through the yard, and then we will wrap things up, I think. I did not realize that the Omnis and Horizons use VW engines. That's interesting. And a lot of these vehicles do have their own videos on the channel. So, you know, go around, explore the channel a little bit. And a lot of this stuff has their own videos on them. I usually spend 5, 6, 8 minutes on each vehicle, so you guys can get a better look at all the details on some of this stuff. Now this Ford Ranger here, not sure what's going on with that deal, but that's interesting. Torino Squire wagon. Sierra Classic. 3% tint, that's right. From the zombie apocalypse, that's probably not too far off. Thanks, Charlie. All right, anything else anybody wants to see, or are we ready to start winding down? Your guys' call, you let me know. Nope, that Super Duty's still sitting up front. Still got your name on it, big job. That F800's still sitting right up front, waiting for Big Job to come get it. You bet, Harley. So, anyway, Brian's good for another hour. Anyway, if anybody has anything specific they want to see, let me know before we jump off. Is there a car with a tree growing up the engine compartment? Has a root supercharger, okay? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start winding down. I am all for that because, like I said, I don't think it's gotten to 40 degrees yet. I've been out here for an hour and 45 minutes, or actually almost 2 hours, because we jumped on Facebook for 5 or 10 minutes, and Facebook was screwed up anyway, but it was just a short deal because I had a couple of minutes to kill before we needed to jump on here at 1. So, Pete had a great time, good. Glad you guys had fun. That's the whole point of doing this, show you guys some of the new stuff that's come in, things that have changed, things that have gotten moved around. I don't think I'm quite as good as Johnny Carson, but I'm trying. I'll agree with that. I'm ready to get in the truck, warm it up, and get back inside for sure. Go get another drink of water because it's throat's getting pretty dry. Glad you guys had fun, had a great time. We'll get another video up tonight. I don't know what we'll put up tonight. I've got so much stuff that I need to get thrown up. In fact, I may throw up a couple things tonight just to kind of get some of this stuff processed and up for you guys. But I'm glad you guys had fun. I'm glad the New Year's Day yard walk was a good time and everybody enjoyed it. Hope you saw some cool stuff. Glad you feel that way, number one. I hope everybody thought it was a great way to kick off a new year. Come out here and wander around, check out some old junk, and enjoy some of these old cars. So with that, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you got any questions, give me a call, 620-786-4428. I'll put that number back in the text as well. So you guys have it if you got any questions, and we can sure see if we can help you out with your project. So as always, thanks for hanging out today. Had a great time with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it and had fun as well. That's the whole purpose of doing this. If we're not having a good time, there's not much point in doing it. We'll get some more of that content up tonight. We will do some cool Toy Tuesday live tomorrow night. Do you have any choices or ideas you think could be appropriate for the big weekend? That's going to be kind of up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? This is my everyday. But yeah, I would love to see what you guys think. Ivy Thunder, 74 years old and still loves it. Well, great. More comments about the great way to kick off 24. I'm glad you guys had fun. But yeah, whatever we decide to do, if this weekend comes together where all you got nobody's want to come hang out on a Saturday afternoon, whatever we do is what you guys are going to do. Yeah, I'll get that 7 Caprice here one of these days, Brian. But yeah, we'll get a video up on it as soon as we do. And we'll see how things shake out. So we'll see some of you live tomorrow night on Toy Tuesday. And I'll get more content up this week, and then we will definitely hope to see you all right back on Sunday night for Sunday Night Live Chat. Remember the big raffle drawing next Sunday night. Somebody is going to win that DX sign for their collection, as well as some cans and license plates that we're going to give away as well. That is next Sunday night. Make sure you are in the big Buick oil can for the raffle on Sunday night. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and wind this thing down. I'm going to get back in the truck, get it warmed up, get back to the shop, and get some work done inside. And hopefully things will be a little better. So this week we're supposed to have some days. Well, of course, we're supposed to be mid-40s today. We're supposed to have some other days this week in the mid-40s. Starting to wonder if that's going to happen or not. So I get some things done out here. So with that, thanks for starting off your new year, 2024, with me and all of us nobodies here on the Nobody Show channel. Hope you had a good time today. Thanks for spending your afternoon with us and hanging out, checking stuff out. Shop truck painted on the doors of the Nobodies. That's not a bad idea. Once again, Ivy Thunder, I appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and build a Buick for all the obvious reasons. There you go. So, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for making it a great walk around today. Hope you had fun, and we will see you tomorrow night, and if not, hopefully next Sunday night. Thanks for watching, everybody.